Hi everyone, this story is called Daddy versus the Tooth Fairy. It was summer in Mr. Hindle's garden. Everyone was happy and feeling good. All apart from Squeak the bat, that is. Poor Squeak was in pain. He had toothache. Ah! Squeak was in so much pain, he stayed roosting amongst the branches of the tall tree all day. His best friend Wiggy had sympathy for him. Poor Squeak, he said to Dotty the ladybird. Toothache is the worst type of pain in the world. Others, like Daddy the gangly-legged spider, had no sympathy at all. In fact, Daddy found it really funny and started laughing. Ha ha ha, he chuckled. How cruel. Wiggy and Dotty were angry with Daddy. He wouldn't like it if he was the one with toothache, said Dotty. Daddy, meanwhile, was still laughing. Wiggy tried to comfort his friend, whilst Dotty flew off to find Dr. Dave the butterfly. Dr. Dave was in the treehouse surgery. Hello, Dotty, he smiled. Everything okay? Squeak's in a lot of pain. He's got toothache. Can you help him, Doc? She asked nicely. Of course, replied the doc, and grabbed his doctor's bag. At the tall tree, Dr. Dave examined Squeak's tooth. You've got a wobbly tooth, he said, as he looked through the magnifying glass. It should fall out very soon. In the meantime, use this cold compress and some of my magical tooth gel to help numb the pain. Oh, thank you, Doc, sighed Squeak sadly. Then suddenly Dr. Dave remembered something. Don't forget to put your tooth under your pillow when it falls out. You'll get some money for it from the Tooth Fairy. For the first time that day, Squeak smiled. Someone else with an enormous grin on his face was Daddy. He overheard Dr. Dave talking. He liked the idea of getting money for his teeth, but then he remembered. He didn't have any. Oh dear. Ha ha! Wiggy and Dotty couldn't help laughing. Squeak had a little laugh to himself too. Sniffed Daddy. I'll show them, he said. Daddy had a very clever, but also a very naughty plan. He whispered it to Buzzer the bee. When the bat's tooth falls out, we're going to steal it and put it under my pillow. Then the money will be mine, he said. What a naughty spider. A few days passed and Squeak's tooth still hadn't fallen out. Daddy was getting impatient. This is taking forever, he said. I want that money. We could always pull it out when the bat is asleep, joked Buzzer. The thought did cross Daddy's mind. But he didn't have to wait anymore. Squeak's loose tooth fell out when he was eating some fruit. Hurrah! Squeak's pain had disappeared. Then he thought about the Tooth Fairy and placed his tooth under his pillow up on the branch before flapping off to find Wiggy and Dotty. Daddy and Buzzer were secretly watching nearby. Now's our chance, said Daddy. Come on, Buzzer. The two sneaky insects climbed the tall tree up onto Squeak's branch and secretly pocketed his tooth, placing it inside a brown paper bag, leaving another empty one in its place. Hee, he chuckled. Show me the money. But you'll have to wait until the morning after the Tooth Fairy has been, added Buzzer. Oh, yeah. Grrr. Daddy didn't like waiting. He really was incredibly impatient. Soon, he had come up with another stupendous idea. He was going to stay awake all night and wait up for the Tooth Fairy. Aha! What a clever plan. Then grab all of her money when she wasn't looking. Daddy really was a very, very naughty spider. However, his plans to fool both Squeak and the Tooth Fairy didn't work. Daddy's attempt to stay awake all night lasted barely 20 minutes. When he opened his eyes, it was morning. Oops. But then he remembered the tooth under his pillow. He lifted it up to find the brown paper bag full of something rather heavy. I'm rich, he boasted to the others. But when he tipped out the bag, he didn't find any coins inside. Instead, out fell 100 marbles. Ha ha ha! Daddy felt humiliated. But what about Squeak? Well, somebody had secretly swapped back the brown paper bags. The Tooth Fairy had left Squeak with some big shiny coins. He was very happy about that. Now, can you guess which somebody swapped the bags back over? Yes, you guessed it. Well done, Wiggy. Ha ha, what a clever earwig. And that's the end of the story. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again next time.